So we're about to go on a crazy Kizer unboxing spree. Well, I guess the spree was the buying spree, but we're going to be going on a crazy unboxing of Kizer knives in the next upcoming weeks. This one in particular was, I got it through Amazon. I purchased some through Mojave Outdoor. This was also Mojave Outdoor, just through their Amazon shop. I don't even know exactly which one this was. I just know there's only one knife in here. A lot of the other ones came together. So usually I do a lot of unboxings and I do a lot of comparisons, but I'm going into this one blind. We're going to see what it is. This one might be a little bit shorter. Let me open this. I don't know if it's going to cause a lot of noise, so let me just open it before I talk anymore. Alright, so now that I have it out, we can see what knife this is. And if you haven't already, I have purchased a ton of Kizer knives. They had an amazing sale. You buy like 2 or more, you got 20% off. And then Mojave Outdoor, if you buy from their site, you get reward points. And then I just kept buying orders. So this one here is... that doesn't say much. Kizer knives 2.6. I'm assuming the Arda is for my Carta handle, plus no lock. That doesn't make sense. I didn't buy a knife with no lock. Let's see. Let's see what it is. Like I was saying though, I have so many knives that I got, and I am going to be... let's just grab one of my other scepters, which from Sencut, that I'm going to have a video on this coming out soon, or maybe it's already out. I'm going to be doing some giveaways on some of these Kizer knives, including some of them, the higher end titanium frame locks, pushing over a couple $100. I'm hoping you guys enjoy the content I produce, and if you do, that's why I'm trying to mention to you guys to support the channel, subscribe, comment, like all that good stuff, and if we can grow the channel large enough, you guys will be getting some free stuff as well. So Kizer, I love the black look they've been doing. This is kind of like a matte black textured pouch. It just has some info in it. Does it have... yes, they still do the cloth in there. Nicer than back in the day, you know, when I used to get Kizers like, 3-4 years ago. Let's see, which one is this? Is this... oh, is this the Sheepdog Mini without the flipper tab? So maybe instead of when they put on the box, what did it say? No lock? Maybe they meant no flipper? I hope this isn't the double D10 one. Is it? I might have ordered something that I didn't even know I ordered. What do we got in here? Some extra hardware. Alright, let's move this, keep it clean, and take a look at this guy. So, this is, from recollection, even though there's nothing on the box, the Mini Sheepdog. I actually have a Mini Sheepdog with a flipper, so let's compare to see if it is the right size or if this is that medium one. So here's the Mini Sheepdog that I have had for a while, and yep, this is a Mini Sheepdog. This is super smooth. This is the one that is a flipper, which the D10 right there, it is kind of low. It's a little unfortunate, but it snaps and stays in place. If you go to close it, you're basically going to hit your thumb and then it'll drop. Now we have the thumb hole variant in this beautiful micarta. The other one does not have a deep carry pocket clip, by the way. The older Kizers kind of had this generic looking clip on a lot of their models. I do like how they went to the deep carry pocket clip now. It is not reversible. It does have a nice little stone wash finish to it, matching the blade, like a black wash finish to it. Looks nice. This is not too high up. Completely deep carry. We are centered and... uh-oh. Do I not see a lock? I might have went with like the D10 model without even knowing. Let's give it a reverse flick. See how it feels. Wow, that is snappy. Uh-oh, where'd it go? So, I had no clue I even bought this. Let's see, how does it shut? Can we just give it a flick shut? Yes, we can. Slow roll. Gotta keep your fingers out of there. So, I'm not gonna lie, I had no clue this was coming in. I either purchased the wrong knife, or they sent me the wrong knife, ooh, 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 ooh. You got to be careful using that choil. Because if you put a little bit of pressure with your thumb, very little, does not take much, as you can see. I am barely touching it. So, like I said, I have a lot of Kizer knives coming in, including a lot of high-end Kizers that I'm going to be doing giveaways for. This one possibly might be a giveaway, because I'm not the biggest fan of a non-locking knife. I think earlier I said double D10. I didn't know how this was used. I didn't know what mechanism it was. It just seems like it's a... what's the word? I don't know. I can't think right now. It's cool. It flies open with authority. It's got some like squeak to it. I'm just using the top of my hand to push it closed. It's smooth. The D10 on the drop is very clicky. And on the open, snaps in place. But using it like this, your thumb's a little further back. If you start going up here, obviously see it happen again. If you're pushing into something, you'll be having force coming against the blade this way. But it's very easy to break that, even if you're choking up and you're getting really close to that, which you got to be careful, because if it does, then that can cut you fairly easily. So I think, correct me if I am wrong, but in some countries, I believe, is it the UK, where, again, I might be wrong, so I apologize, where it's more popular to have these non-locking knives because of, laws and whatnot. Because of that, this is a nice one. You can slow roll it with ease. Flicking it takes a little bit of force, but once you do, it flies out. And it has a nice audible sound to it. Besides this squeaking that I'm hearing, mostly on the close. I don't know if you guys could pick that up. Opening, super snappy. And on the close, I kind of hear like a little squeakiness. But I do like how the D10 is strong enough that, as you've seen today in this video, this entire time, not once have you seen it kick back and go, and then open. When I've seen some other knives that do that when it comes to this style locking system. Not me personally, because I've never had one. But I've seen a lot of folks who have had knives that when they go do this, trying to give it more force there, it will pop back up. So besides that, I do like how it doesn't have, I'm just trying to grab my other one. So I have smaller hands. I, get 3 fingers on here. My 4th one is just kind of halfway chilling. It's basically off the edge. It's still very secure. This one has no jimping. This one does have jimping. The problem is, though, jimping is meant to put, force on, make yourself a little more comfortable. You really got to be careful, because you need to make sure you're going against something when you're putting force on this, or this blade's going to unlock on you. This one being a liner lock, you're going to have, it's just going to be more sturdy, and you don't have to worry about it closing on you. With that being said, this flipper tab makes you stay back here. You're basically stuck back here. You want to do this? Well, it's extremely uncomfortable, and it just doesn't make sense. Versus this guy, you can hold it the same way and have basically 3, or you can choke up, and I'm not grabbing it hard because I know what's going to happen, and for me at least get a full 4-finger grip. Again though, very easy to do that. I'm not familiar with these type of locking systems on knives. Maybe that's a usual thing. Maybe you just have to adjust the way you use the knife. Even this way, I'm thinking about it now. I'm going to keep my fingers out of the blade where it closes, because technically sometimes I might hold it like this, and you're holding it like that. But just to be safe, let's pretend we're holding it like that, but we're doing this, and we're pushing down, we're doing something, trying to get a little more gritty. See, that could happen as well. This knife is kind of meant also to have a nice grip, where you can kind of hold it tight up here and do some detail work. But let's say your pinky's chilling there, and you go, and that can close on you. So I guess this might be something that is pretty common and well known in the industry when it comes to this type of locking knife. To me, someone who has not experienced a knife like this before, I'm just kind of giving you my first impressions of it, you know? Other than that though, I love the way they do their micarta. It's a kind of a black gray combination. You still have these 3 little mill lines in there, just like you do on the original one here. You know, you don't get the blue pivot collar. You do get the black wash blade. Do we have the same one? I think it's 154 cm on here. Yes, it is. And what do we have here? Is it the same thing? Yep, same thing. So main thing being pocket clip is different. No flipper, thumb hole, and well, it doesn't have a liner lock. I could have sworn, see, I actually just went to go push that non-existent liner lock. I thought I bought the liner lock version. I didn't. Let's see if it's thinner, since there's no liner lock or anything, and it looks like it's not. I actually want to say it might be a hair thicker. No, I would say it's about the same. You still have the steel liners in there, which are milled on one side over there. Let's see if there's any difference with this guy. Looks like the same exact milling. You got those couple large holes and what, maybe, I think it's reflecting one over there. Yeah, same thing. It's hard to see. Looks like there's like 3, 1, 2, 3, maybe another one there, maybe more that I can't see. This one, obviously, a little bit smoother. But it comes down to the nature of closing it. This one, what are you going to do? Just go, oh, break the D10 and then do this? Like that, this kind of doesn't make sense, I would think. So it doesn't need to be as smooth. But hey, I'm not going to lie. The more I do this, it's pretty smooth. I have just not been used to a knife like this. Although it is pretty fun to open. Did we just, you know what? I think I just opened it too fast. And it went boom and came back. So that was the first time I did that. Let's try again with like a hard open. Okay, that seemed fine. You know what? It's a good thing and a bad thing. Because if you're using it the right way and you know you're not going to disengage it, then closing it is a piece of cake. You could just go boop and close it. Now, how safe are you? Let's just say we break this and it starts coming down on you. You're safe. You have that choil area, which is unsharpened. So, you know, I have no problem. I'm doing it on purpose now. I'm doing it hard because I know I'm safe right now. I did it slow first to check. I was like, okay, let's see. What's going to hit me? Nothing sharp. So if you're holding it here, it's okay. It's not going to go anywhere. But it is still a little, in my mind, a little unsecure. This one is where it's a little more concerning because you might be close to the blade and with enough force, we're getting very close to the skin. With enough force. So that's my first initial unboxing, first impressions. Let's see, can we just give a little good flick and let it close? Come on. There we go. It's a nice, neat little knife. I thought I had the liner lock. Again, I'm just repeating myself, but I didn't. Let's just take a look at that blade up close real quick because it is a thing of beauty. I like how they always put this on the sheepdogs, where if you want to hold it and get some more detail work done, it's a nice spot to put your fingertip on. The jimping is, I would say, perfect. It's more on the finer side, but it's not too aggressive and it's not too soft. The micarta feels great. The ergonomics for me are fine, both up here and down there. I have smaller hands, so it fits okay. You do have to worry about that, but you know, I'm getting redundant now at this point. I would love to hear from you guys, the people who have more experience with a knife like this. Is that normal? You know, are they supposed to break that easily when you're just holding it and then it's like, you can see I'm not putting a lot of force. You could just tell from my hand. It's not a lot of force and it's coming down. And if you are not careful, that can get you. So let's check the weight real quick and then we're going to call it a day. Here we go. You're probably not going to be able to see this until I get one that is more visible for you guys. So you'll just have to take my word for it. First, let's see this guy. 3.17. 2.86. So under 3 ounces. 2.86. Just putting the scale away real quick. So 3.17 I think I said, and 2.86. So a lot lighter on this guy too. The blade is not that long, but for 2.86, we're in pretty good territory, I believe. I think the blade is 2.63. This is awesome. I really like it. I just wish it was a liner lock, but like I said, I have a ton more knives coming in. One thing that I do like about this is, unlike Spyderco, which makes these really sharp, and I guess, yeah, it's sharp, you get more traction when you're flicking it or opening it. Honestly, you don't need to keep it that sharp. This is the perfect example of where it's ever so slightly chamfered, yet even with a detent that is fairly strong that you need to break, I got no problem doing it. It opens and closes, no problem. See that? And I love how I'm getting no like backlash as far as this going and then popping, or this going and then popping. I think once it happened to me where I did that and it opened, or it could have just hit my finger, I don't know. But it is dialed in very well. The detent and this opening hole makes it extremely easy to open, reverse flick, and everything. Let's try real quick to do a thumb hole opening flick. You know, I've been opening with the thumb hole slowly, but I have not done it with a flick, so let's see. Yeah, D10 is dialed in really, really well. You could, with ease, it's not hard at all. Yep. You just have to be careful closing it, because you need to 100% keep your fingers out of that pathway. The micarta is becoming, it is a smoother micarta. It's got a little bit of something going on, but Kizer has been known to have, to me, a little bit too smooth of a micarta. You might have seen me a few times already slip as I'm trying to grip it in an awkward position to close it so it won't actually hit me on the fingers or anything. But thumb flick, no problem. Just something to notate, it's definitely a slick micarta. It's on the slicker side. And this guy's actually smoothing out the more I use it. I'm actually liking this closing method where you can just like open it, use it as you're holding it, you're safe. This actually hits you, like where the thumb stud would be, so to say, kind of hits you. And if it doesn't, you have all of this non-sharpened blade anyway. But I like it. It's just, you give it a little close and then flick. Go like that and flick it closed. Kind of learning the knife a little bit more, since like I said, it was the first knife with this type of non-locking mechanism, so to say. And it's actually pretty smooth on the drop. As you can tell, it's pretty fun. It can do the job. You just have to be careful, I guess, when you're using it. But dropping it is good. And blade play, let's take a look. Oh, nothing. Absolutely nothing. This thing is rock solid, but I did feel like, yeah, see? I was going back and forth, and I guess I was putting a little pressure down. I felt it wanting to already unlock, and yeah. So that's the only thing. And that's just me not being used to it. But other than that, check how smooth that is. Once it breaks, you could do a few little tiny shakes. Just shows how smooth it is. Just a few shakes. Or just one strong shake. And it's not even strong because it drops pretty quick. Like, it's smooth. And with zero blade play. A few shakes like that, and it goes down. Or just one strong shake, because the D10 is strong enough that you can just whoop, and it stays in place. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead, give it a like, drop a comment, let me get your opinion on this particular knife and everything. Giveaways coming into the future. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Thanks a lot.